I'm Megan Buchanan. I'm a technology design coach, and I'm going to walk us through our Blend Mechanics Bootcamp. So the first thing on our checklist is to locate and star my sandbox course. So I'm going to come over here to the left menu and click Courses. And I'm going to go all the way down to the bottom and select All Courses. And this is going to bring up a list of any course that I have any role in. So now I'm looking for my sandbox, which these are listed by alphabetical, the first name. And my name is Megan, so I'm looking for the M's. And here's my sandbox. So it's already starred, but if it wasn't, I could star it. And anything that you star is going to show up on your dashboard. So if you have courses that you're accessing frequently, you're going to want to star those just to make it easier to find. And then if you are kind of finished with something, or you go to a professional learning session that you're in for a couple weeks, but then you finish it, you can use that to help focus your dashboard and declutter. So I'm going to go to my dashboard, and I can check off locate and star my sandbox. And then I'm going to go into my sandbox. So I will come down here to my sandbox. And it's empty. You might have something in your sandbox, or it could be empty. Either way, we're going to practice importing from the commons. So I'm going to click on import from the commons, or I can come over here to this left menu where it says commons, and it'll get me to this exact same spot. So this is the Canvas Commons. It's like a library of resources and course items or courses that teachers have made and shared. But they're not necessarily vetted, and they're from any institution that uses Canvas. So I want to just look in the Austin ISD resources. So I'm going to come over to Filter and click Blend Austin ISD. And then I am searching for a distance learning template. And I see it right here. It has the cans. Just a nice simple template for helping me organize my modules. So when you click on any of these resources, it takes you to a preview. So I can look through all of this without having to add it to my course or import it. I already know I want this, so I'm going to come up here where it says import download, and I am going to find my sandbox and then scroll down and click import into course. Sometimes this takes a bit, but it'll give you this green message: you've successfully started the import. So I'm going to come back over here to courses, go back to my sandbox, and wait patiently. I did notice my course is already published. Yours probably, especially if it has nothing in it, it is probably unpublished. So in order for anyone to see anything you're doing, you're going to have to publish the course and publish items in the course. So I want that to be green. The import just finished, so that's where all this came from. And you'll notice these can toggle green check marks or a Ghostbuster-like symbol. If it looks like the Ghostbuster symbol, it is not published. And if it's a green check mark, that means it is published. So once again, if I want my stuff to be seen, I'm going to check those. This one says, do not publish. It's instructions for the teacher. So I'm going to keep that one unpublished so that my students don't have to see that. Okay, so I have this module. I've imported it from the commons. If this is something I'm going to be using to structure each week, my instinct might be to go back to the commons and import it again every week. But every time you import this same item from the commons, it's going to replace, if I made this the name of this page, the specific dates, and I added my own Zoom info and information about me as a teacher. If I go back to the commons and import this module, it's going to replace all that. So I'm going to lose it. So don't do that. Instead, if I want to use this same framework every week, I'm going to come up here to the module and click on these three dots and say duplicate. And if I duplicate after I've added my own personal information, it's going to save me a lot of work, because all of that information is going to come down here. And then all I have to do is update the week dates and then update my assignments to match that week. So that's a good tip to remember. So I've imported from the commons and I've published. And now our next thing is to add a new module. So I'm actually going to minimize this and get it out of the way, and then come up here where it says plus module. I'm going to click that blue button, and I'm going to call this practice with rich content editor. And your sandbox is a perfect place for practice. So this is like your sandbox. You can build in it. You can try different kinds of sandcastles, and then the ones that work, you can move into your actual courses with your students. So I have this module called Practice with Rich Content Editor, and I have created a module so I can check that off. Now I want to add a page to my module. So I'm going to go to the plus button on this drop-down menu. I'm going to click Page and click New Page, and I am going to call it Welcome to my class. And then click Add Item. So now I've added a page to my module. In order to edit that page and add content to it, I'm going to click on the title, which is going to open the page. And in order to actually do anything to the page, I have to click Edit again. So now that opens the Rich Content Editor. So this is the Rich Content Editor, and it looks pretty familiar if you've done any kind of formatting of text online in your email or whatever. Sometimes it changes, but in general, these are the same features. So the next thing on our list is to format text on a page. So I'm going to type, hi, my name is Megan. And then in order to format that, I have all of these options up here, especially this top row. So I can make it bold. Maybe I want italics. I can underline. I can change the color of the text. Let's do some fuchsia. And I can give it a background. I would like it centered. And I also want it bigger. So I'm going to do maybe like a 24. Yeah. Now I'm thinking maybe that's too much. So I'm actually going to highlight it. And this button right here, it's a T with the little X. Clear formatting will put it back to normal. I like the bold and I like a center. Everything else was a little crazy making. And there we go. I have edited or formatted text on a page. The next thing I'm going to do is add a table. So in order to add a table, I'm going to click on this and I'm going to do just a little basic table. So I have 3 rows and 2 columns, and I'm going to use this to help me with the rest of the things I'm going to add. So the next thing to add, it says I'm going to upload an image from my computer. So I'm going to click in this top left box. I pushed enter just to make it a little bigger. In order to add a picture, I'm going to click on this picture frame that says Embed Image. And I'm going to upload a picture from my computer. So I clicked on Canvas. I'm going to click on My Files, and I'm going to click Upload. This is going to open up my Finder, and I am going to upload this image about this awesome fine arts event. And click Open. And this box is for screen readers and accessibility stuff. So I'm going to say this is information about June 11th Fine Arts event. And I'll click Update. So it's going to add that image into my table. Next step, we can check that off, is to upload a document and make it open. So I'm going to come over here to this side of the table. And I'm going to go all the way to the right and click Files. And then scroll down and upload a new file. So if I wanted to upload a PDF, a Word doc, a PowerPoint, and I will click Upload a New File, and then choose File. And I am going to upload this piece of music. So it's a PDF of sheet music, and I'll click Open, and then I click Upload, and it'll put some text in my table where I had my cursor. But I don't want my students to have to click on that and then download a PDF. I want it to be there in a preview for them. So I'm going to put my cursor in the middle of this text and then come up here to the link and it'll open this. So I want to check the box where it says auto open the inline preview for this link. So I'm going to check that and then click update the link, and it's not going to change until I click save, which I'll go ahead and do. So if I click save, it's going to take me out to what my students would see when they came to this page. So they see my promo for this fine arts event, and then they see this music in my table. So I'm not done. I'm going to get back into edit and keep adding, but I wanted to make sure you could see what that looks like once you're out of edit mode. All right, the next step says, I can record and embed video using the built-in recorder. This is my favorite. All right, so I'm going to come down and click in the table again in a free spot. And then I want to record myself introducing something in my class. So I'm going to come up here to this little play button and click on that. And it's going to open the built-in recorder that's in Blend. So nobody needs to upload or download or do anything. You can just record right into your page. So I will make sure that my mic, the first time you do this, you'll have to allow access to your microphone and your webcam, but you should see this setup, and I can start recording. And I could say, hi, my name is Megan Buchanan. I'm so excited that you're in my class with me this year. We're going to have so much fun and yada, yada, yada. And then I'll click finish, and I can check it out and see if everything. Hi, my name is. Make sure it looks okay. And then click save. You always want to save with a really great facial expression. Example. So I'll click save. Just kidding. You can save however you want your face to look. But don't sweat it, because your kids just want to see your face. So no need to have glamour shots. Okay, so this also looks funny, kind of like the PDF did. Once I save and get out of here, it's going to look like a video. So I'll show you that in a minute. But we can go ahead and check that off. And the next thing is to embed a video from YouTube. So I might like to introduce myself and welcome my students to my class, but then I have another video that's already viral on YouTube that I'm going to use to reference part of my content or something, or a model. So I'm going to come over here, and in order to put something from YouTube, I'm going to come up and just click the YouTube button. All right, and I am about to do a lesson on, let's say, volcanoes. So how volcanoes work. And I'll just click enter, and then I get my video. So this top one, let's say this is what I was looking for. I'm going to click embed. And now that is in my table. I can check it out and push play and make sure it works. Ooh, it works. All right, and then I can check that off. So I've embedded it from YouTube. I can create a hyperlink. So I'm going to go to the next part of my table, and I'm going to say, click here for more about volcanoes. And then I'm going to want my link to be in this sentence somewhere. You know, when you get an email or you get on a website and it just says click here, you don't have to read a crazy web address. That's what they're doing. They're hyperlinking. So I'm going to come over to my browser and click volcano info. And let's say National Geographic has a page I want to make sure I provide for my students so they can do some additional research. So I'm just going to copy this web address, come back over to my sandbox, highlight where I want the hyperlink to go, and then come up here where it says link to URL. And then I will paste that address. And now I have a click here. If you wanted to, you could also link that whole sentence. So whatever you select will work. I could also, if I had an image here, so let's say I'm going to add another image. And I could add it from a URL. So I'm looking for a volcano. Nope. Okay, so I'm going to upload an image. Let's say it's an Aries. And I want my Aries to link to that volcano page. So I would highlight the image and go to that same link button, paste, insert, and now that picture is going to link to the same place that this word does. So you can link text or an image. All right, check that off. We are working down this checklist. Awesome. I can create a hyperlink. So I can create a link to course content. So maybe I want this Aries picture to link to some other part of my course. So let's say that Aries picture, my students know anytime they see this RAM, they can click on that to get to our discussions. So I would select that. I'm going to remove the link that I made for the hyperlink. So I'm going to select the RAM and then come over to the right side where it says links. I can pick discussions, and maybe I want it to link to this discussion. Now, when they come to this page after I save it, they can click on that RAM to go to the discussion. So some people will have an image for their calendar or their syllabus and put that all on one page, and then the students can just click on it to get to that. So if you like buttons, that's your thing. Okay. Next, I'm going to move down below the table and link some Google stuff. So once I'm below this table, I would like to embed a file from my Google Drive. So I'm just going to click on the Google Drive symbol. And I want to embed a note stock for our beginning of the year classroom activity brainstorm. So I'm going to click that, and then I'm going to click embed. It's going to put it right on the page for me. And there we go. Another way you can do that is to go to external tools and click on Google Drive, and that is going to connect you to Google Course Kit. And this is sort of similar to Google Classroom. It's like the Google Classroom meets Canvas. And for this, I'm going to embed I'm going to embed some kind of slide. Okay, so I'm going to select the slide I want, click attach, and it's going to pull that into my course so my students just see the slideshow. And if you do the Google Course Kit, you don't have any of the menu coming through. So it looks published, even though it could be restricted. It just looks very clean. If you use the Course Kit, you'll still see where it says like files and all that other stuff, which is fine too. And I think we've gotten through our checklist. So I'm going to save this and make sure it all looks good to me. So I clicked save. And now let's see what we did. So I have a page in my module. I put text on my page. Hi, my name is Megan. I added an image. I added a PDF and made sure that it automatically opened. All of this is in a table. I recorded myself. Say, hi, my name is Megan. Hi, my name is, and then I have a volcano video. And it's loud. Then I have my hyperlinks. I have a linked image and I have a linked text. The text will take me to volcanoes from National Geographic, and the image will take me to my discussion that I have planned for you, but not really. And then down below, I have embedded a Google presentation. So maybe these are the slides that have my agenda for the week. So everything can be in one place and my students don't have to wander all over Google trying to find my content. because it lives here. Another tool I wanted to highlight is the immersive reader. So there's not a whole lot on this page that this is going to help with, but in general, if you have text on a page, immersive reader will read it to your students, and I can just click the play button.
Welcome to my class. Hi, my name is Megan.
The students can change the way the text looks. They can add translation. They can click on name. Some of these words have images that will help them. So this can be really helpful just depending on language needs and literacy needs. Immersive Reader is an excellent tool, and that's on any page in your course. And I think we are good. So check those off, circle any you want to come back to, and reach out if you have questions. Thank you.